What's going on, everybody? This is interview 703, interviews I've done with a very special guest from Brooklyn, New York. Welcome to the Iccy Showw. How you doing?
How you doing, Qwalo? How y'all doing out here?
Qwalo 72 from Brooklyn, New York / Staten Island.
Y'all do that over.
What?
I'm from Long Island, not Staten Island.
Long Island. I'm sorry. You can't. It's on.
Nah, the Long Island. It's Long Island. You know what happened a lot of times to people? What happened in New York a lot of times? They get mixed up with Long Island and Staten Island. So it's okay. You know why? Because,
That was my mistake. I apologize.
Because it's the islands. They just said it was the island at the island. Some people, when they come out here, first thing they think is Staten Island and Long Island is connected. But it's actually not. Because Staten Island is on a whole nother side there, Jersey. Long Island's pointing more towards Connecticut. You know what I'm saying? However, that's winding Long Island. Exactly. So that's like Suffolk. It's Suffolk, beginning of Suffolk, leaving Nassau. More so. And however, I was born in Brooklyn, yes. But that's my hometown to me it's Long Island. You know. I mix and mingle from both areas really in life. I'm just growing up, moving around, however. So that's a little thing, you know what I'm saying? People always get Staten Island, Long Island mixed up, and how much they think they alike and how much they are and not. They similar, but not. They just islands, both surrounded around water, both towns.
What do you think has the most hip hop out of all the boroughs in New York?
That's a hard question to answer because, I mean, truthfully speaking, I'm always gonna give the respect to the Bronx because that's where it started at, from New York. It started, period. It's hard to say that because you'd be surprised when you go to other areas and see how much influence they got from the music hip hop in New York. Not just like Long Island is a big influence from years, from legends and greats. Then you got also areas like Staten Island, you already know what I'm saying. Then you got guys in the Bronx from years from where it started from. Then you got guys in Harlem, of course, and all that. So it's all over. It's just a thing they've been doing from eons, so it's hard to really say. It's just an influence out here, period. You know.
Right. And being in the industry, how do you feel about when music first started to where it's at when you perform with the DJs using the new equipment? Do you like the old style with the turntables, or do you like the new equipment?
I mean, that's hard to say because it's like I never had to perform in that situation. I would like to try that. I never had to perform it, so I'm good with the update one at the moment now. So, you know, so I can't really criticize what's going on there. What they was doing, like, I like it because it's so natural. So I would love to do that.
I'm old school. I love the vinyl. Everybody knows that.
I love old school too.
What made you start to get into this industry?
Well, as a way, I mean, I started doing music because it influenced me to be. I like being a free speaker, and it gave me a chance to be free, and I could speak how I feel better by my music than speaking to you verbally. You understand me sometimes better through my music and what I'm saying to you, and me saying to you, speaking to you. You know, so I took that form, and that's one direction, and also people that I grew up with drew me. So my brother drew me into music and the rap and things like that.
He was older.
Yeah.
That's cool. Definitely. When you were younger, did you ever think you were going to be in the industry?
I can't really. Yeah, in a way, no. Yeah, no, because I was already
Around it.
not just that I was already enthusiastic to feel like I had the energy to go for it. I was already influenced and I felt like I could do it.
Yeah.
When I see him, I said I could do that. I see somebody that's not too different than what I'm going through. So it already gave me the influence and the courage to say, yeah, I felt like I could get there. It just now I learned that it's not this no overnight thing. It's a strive. It's a grind. You feel me? That's the only thing that was different. So it was the times I was feeling like shit might don't happen if you don't get this and get that done. But I realized you just gotta just grind. You can get a lot of things done by that.
True, definitely. What's going on, Mimi? Salute, peace, love, and respect. When you were younger, did you ever think that breakdancing would go away as long as it was around? What I'm saying is it went away as fast but it was around for a long time. Being in the industry, did you think it would go away?
Do I think it would have went? I really don't feel it went away. It just formed in a different way. It's not the same breakdance, because what happened is I believe time changed, and what happened is it's still dancing, and that's always gonna be part of the culture. It's just different way they dance. I'm not a dancer like that, but it's people who's always gonna be a part of it. I'm never gonna say, oh, I don't want to see dancing in the music, because that's part of this music. It's
Right.
dancing, yeah.
Right. And what's the favorite city that supports your music?
Yeah, I gotta go with Brooklyn.
All right, shout out to Brooklyn, definitely.
Yeah, boy.
That's where my producer's from. He's from Brooklyn.
Right.
So salute, definitely. Where do you see yourself in the next year in the industry?
It's unpredictable. I just feel like I'm gonna keep going grind. I got some albums and things coming out, so it could be anywhere. Hopefully, where I see myself in a high spot. But that's what I really see. It's not just being in the industry. More shows, more tours, things like that. You know.
Do you have any shows coming up that you can give the dates?
Right now, I should be having something coming up on the 30th.
Okay.
So far, I have a few other ones in the summer should be coming up, but that right there.
So the 30th, make sure you pay attention with your social media so they can follow you, support you, your music.
Yeah, but I got mixtapes coming out. I got a mixtape coming out in August called Raw.
Yeah, we're gonna talk
Monday
about
Night Raw. That's what I actually have coming up more than but I do have a show. That's the only. I'm just thinking of any show. I don't have no shows I can think of at the moment that's coming up. But the only one I can really think about is the one on the 30th. And someone I was speaking about a show, but I'm not sure if we're gonna do it or not in July.
Okay. Definitely. If you could pick 3 artists to do a feature with, they could be already in the industry or not in the industry. Who would you pick?
3 artists in the industry.
Or they're not in the industry, but 3 total.
I don't know. I really don't know because it's like whoever I could fit with. I don't know how I could fit with them on a song because I might like their music, and then when we go in the studio, it might be different type of chemistry on the track. So I don't know really.
Okay. Are you looking for features right now?
No, not particular. I'm with it if they willing to work too. I'm with it, but I'm not really looking for it actually at the time.
Okay. And when's your next album coming out or mixtape?
August.
Oh, right.
Yeah, August. It's coming out August.
Any videos coming out in between there?
Yeah, I should be working on some videos pretty soon. That's the next thing should be coming up real soon. This month coming up in June.
All right. June's a busy month. It's the Iccy Showw 7-year anniversary. Woo. We're gonna be lit. If you're in Boston, come out June 7th. I'm providing free lunch to 70 people. And giving giveaways and stuff like that. If you could turn around and do a tour internationally, where would you go? 5 countries.
5 countries out of the United States?
Yes.
I'll pick 5 countries out of, I'll pick Nigeria.
Shout to Nigeria.
Egypt.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Japan.
Okay.
Paris. I said 4, right?
Yep, one more. UK. Shout out to everyone. Salute. So if you can make that happen, make sure you link with him. Give him your social media so they know where to find you and book you.
You can find me on Instagram as Godlight Qwalo 72. You can find me on Facebook, Prezi Qwalo 2. You can find me on TikTok, Prezi Qwalo 2. Same on the other social media. That's another one I took off, but right now this TikTok is Prezi and Facebook is Prezi and Instagram. And you can also find me on Spotify as Prezi, and there's also Qwalo 72 on Spotify and Apple Music.
What are your favorite 3 songs to perform?
I love performing all of them, but my 3 favorite, Get the Guap, That's a song from SoundCloud, Saucy, and and How We Roll. And that's on SoundCloud too. Those are my 3 favorite actually to perform.
Okay, okay. When you're performing, what are the first? What is the guest favorite song for you to perform?
Saucy.
Okay, okay. How many songs do you think you have out there, approximately?
No, I can't really count. Um, right now, I know probably like 10 I can think off the head at the moment. You know
Okay,
what I'm
okay. Hey, that's good, that's good. What could you tell the younger generation, something that you learned during your career that you could pass down to them?
saying? For my career, take your career serious while you have a chance early. Focus up, focus up. Don't let nobody get you out your focus. Stay grounded on your career pattern. Don't let nobody tell you something different. Like, don't do it. Keep going. If they tell you you're not going to be able to do it like this, just do it. You got to go with your heart. Then you go with your mind after that. You feel me?
Definitely, definitely. Is there anything holding you back in your career right now?
Only person that hold me back is me. And sometimes we might get lazy. You know what I'm saying? You can't blame nobody but yourself.
It's writer's block. It's a writer's block.
It's kind of like writer's block. It's writer's block when you're in the middle of writing. Writer, but it's like more like being like you getting sidetracked with stupidity sometimes. Sometimes it don't be stupidity to the people, it'll be stupidity to yourself because you, whatever is in your focus, you gotta focus on and handle what you gotta do. Same advice I just gave to them. That's the only problem. But other than that, right now, everything is going great right now, you know.
Do you have a clothing line right now?
No, I don't have a clothing line.
Do you plan on it coming out with?
Not really. But I do have some clothing that I have, but it's like just basically from my label.
Okay, okay.
So it's just my stuff. So it's not really a clothing line, really. You could buy it, you could get it though. You could mess with, you could wear it and stuff like that. But it's not a clothing line yet, at the moment.
Soon to come, soon to come.
Right.
Right?
Yes.
Definitely. And do you use the same producer or you use multiple producers?
Well, when it comes to producing tracks, I produce my own tracks. I would use producers. I have used producers in the past, and I will use producers. But I also do tracks myself, the beats I do myself, Next Flow, the songs you hear on Spotify. I did all of them except Saucy, and except Saucy, and the ones on SoundCloud. But all the beats that's on there, they're mine. I did myself.
Okay, okay. And if someone wants to purchase one of your beats, where can they purchase it?
He can just hit me up on Instagram. You know, he can hit me up on Instagram mainly. On Facebook the same way, right? He hit me right in my message me. You know.
Okay, okay. And what program do you use when you go to record at a studio?
What you mean?
When you're recording your music, what's the program you use?
Like, what you mean? Like, what's my setup? Like, what's my plan?
No, like you know how they have when you record the music, what program?
What machines I use?
Not the machines, it's the program. I'm trying to think of the name. Oh my God, my mind's blocked right now.
Mm-hmm.
I used to be in the studio. Everybody knows that too.
I'm trying
oh my
to think.
God.
I'm trying
See,
to think.
now my mind stopped right now.
What program you could be speaking of?
Like when you go to a studio and they record your music, there's different programs they
That's
use.
what I'm trying to say. The equipment. If you're speaking of equipment, there's different ones I use. Equipment. Usually the engineer work on that. Cause sometimes I do the beats off my laptop, right? Then I'll bring it back to the studio, and they remaster it, you know, and they clean it up. That's the only problem. I don't clean it up. I clean it up too sometimes. Sometimes I clean it up, but it's better when I clean it up in the studio. Whatever the engineer have for his system, you know what I'm saying? In that form, like that, you mean like that, yeah.
Yes.
But he usually clean up. There's different engineers I work with. I usually work with this guy named Max, and he usually clean up very well. You know what I'm saying?
So shout out to Max. Definitely keep on doing your thing. And I appreciate you coming on the Iccy Showw. Is there anything else you would like to bring up? And again, let them know where they can find your music. Go show support with his music. It's fire. Download it. And if you're looking for a feature, I'm not a feature, to book him for your next show, make sure you book them.
Mm-hmm.
And you're willing to travel for
Of
shows?
course.
Peace, Pachera, across the
If we
countries
talking,
you're tuning in from.
if we talking some good work. If we talking business. Yeah, I travel. Why wouldn't I?
Some artists, they don't travel, so that's why I always ask.
Yeah, I know. It's a good question. Yeah, I will travel. Some people won't travel, and I don't understand that. If you whole point of making your music is global for people to understand, you gotta hear this good shit I got for you. It's like when you selling anything, right? You selling your product, you selling drugs, whatever. Listen, I want you to get this good product. 'Cause once you get it, you're gonna come back for some more. So you gotta sell your product, of course. Of course, I love to go out of town for them to hear this shit. Give them some good tunes, you know.
Definitely. Well worth it. Is there anything else you would like to bring up we didn't bring up?
We, I mean, everything is settled. We already know after this, after the mixtape, we working on this album. Should be coming out right after that, you know, sometime November, October, you know. But the mixtape Raw, Monday Night Raw, should be dropping in August. It's basically classic beats, you know, a lot of throwbacks and just bars on them, you know what I'm saying? And some of them are gonna be songs too on top of it, so you know, tune in.
August, end of the summer, so you can have it for your cookout.
Right now, you could catch some of them songs right now on SoundCloud. Some of them songs is already released. I mean, we got the Shadowbox Freestyle that's released. We got Qwalo Gifted that's released already. You can find that also on SoundCloud. Those are songs that's gonna be on Monday Night Raw. You feel me?
What made you come out with Monday Night Raw?
Yeah, because it was influenced by Raw paper. You know what I'm saying? It also was influenced by Raw wrestling, and I was making freestyles on Monday. So I'm like, I'm gonna come with like they smashing you in the head on Monday night. So I'm smashing you with some bars. Monday Night Raw, I'm giving you some raw bars on Monday. You feel me? So that was the whole concept of it. You feel me? So that's why I came with that.
Okay, that's definitely awesome. Fruity Loops. For the engineer, that's the program.
Oh, you talking about Fruity Loops? I heard about Fruity Loops. I'm familiar with Fruity Loops.
Yeah,
I never really dealt with it. I know people that have done Fruity Loops. I usually go to the studio. That's the thing you got. They got the apps on it. It's an app.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
That's why I was asking earlier in the question.
Actually, I would like to. I need to tune into that and see what's going on with Fruity Loops. But I don't do Fruity Loops. I feel people who have been doing it because that's like the new. Right now, a lot of things is upgrading now. So sometimes you don't have to depend on the engineer. That you could engineer yourself. You know, so that comes from part of it. That's
and you
great.
do yourself too.
Yeah, of course I do myself a lot of things. But that it's other apps too. There's other apps like that. There's a lot of them. There's a lot of them out there. But it's great doing that because some of them is still not like an engineer who already got history of doing it. In my opinion, I like the old natural, real artist work. You know what I'm saying? So that's why when you talk about performing and stuff, that's part of the work. So it's like I like to deal with that. Yeah, I mess with it. I have messed with things online. Where they teach you how to make beats and things like that. I have learned things offline, but it's nothing better than going to the studio when you actually communicating with your engineer or you engineering yourself. It's nothing like it. You know what I'm saying?
Right. What about, how do you feel about the auto tunes?
My opinion, it depends. Each his own. If it fits you, some people don't fit. Each his own. I feel about that.
I'm against it. I feel like you should have your own natural voice. I feel like you can use the program once in a while, but when you're using it a lot on songs,
I heard some auto tune that sound fire. It depends who's using it. In my opinion, I don't knock it, but a lot of people feel like it is. You're right. It's like they feel like it's watering down real talent.
Yeah, because there's a lot of talent using it. And
sometimes I feel like sometimes they do have auto tunes that's not even saying nothing. They're just using the auto tune voice to sound like they're underwater, and they're not even saying words that have anything that line up together. It's like that a lot of times, but I don't have I know some good ones, so it's like I don't know. That's a hard one for me. I don't know.
I understand.
It's kind of disappearing anyway, little by little. If you really pay attention, it's just the problem is everybody because they watered it down because everybody started trying to sound the same. Once one guy brought it out, they thought everybody else was gonna be T-Pain, and T-Pain didn't bring it out. He just brought it back, and when he brought it back, they just abused it. A lot of people just started abusing it. You know what I'm saying? And they took that as an easy route of just actually showing what you really could do, what your talent really about. Because you could take it from a guy like, not to bring him up, T-Pain, and he could show you his talent without that. But can you do the talent? Can you show your talent without the auto-tune? You feel me?
Right, definitely. Yeah, that's how I feel, and that's why it's under his company. He owns that.
Right.
With the auto-tunes.
Who?
T-Pain.
He owned it? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he does.
Because he didn't start auto-tune, so I don't know if he owned it. That's Roger Troutman, I believe, started that. It's a group called the Zaps. I believe he started the auto-tune. And that's you ever heard a song called Computer Love?
Yes.
That's the guy who really started auto-tune. And if you want to go history, Teddy Riley used it a little bit. T-Pain brought it back out in the same format as Roger Troutman. So a lot of people wouldn't know about that. A lot of us wouldn't know about it because for all our time, this is like parents' time. But if you're into music, you'll be familiar with him, you know?
No, the only reason why I said T-Pain has ownership on it is when I bought it, when I had the studio, we had that program there because it was artists asking for it. And it was... his face was on it, all over it.
They probably paid him. They probably paid him for that.
That's why I didn't know or not.
But he definitely brought it back to life, though. He definitely brought it back to life. So you know.
So since we're in New York, what is one of the best history that I can learn from you that you got taught, or you've been through in this industry out here since hip hop?
Best thing to learn about New York?
Yes.
Always duck when you hear the shots going off now.
That's everywhere. Jesus.
I don't know. You said best thing to learn about here in New York?
In the industry, yeah.
In the industry, is be independent. Because there's a lot of snakes in the industry. A lot of jealousy.
Yes.
A lot of envy. Sometimes people don't want to see you come up. Because they it's too reasons, so they feel like they belong there and you're not. And also, it'd be competition when you in secret competition. It's the most. New York do that the most, and it's the most influenced state. If hate it or love it, but the biggest problem is they go in competition with each other constantly. You know.
Right. Are you looking for a manager?
I don't know right now at the moment. I'm just calm right now. I'm gonna see what goes on. I'm just looking around, see what's going on. I had a manager at the time, but I don't know. I'm just right now. Everything's smooth sailing, let it smooth sailing. If they speak in my language, maybe I can speak with them, you know what I'm saying?
I understand, definitely. Well, I appreciate you coming on the Iccy Show. I appreciate everyone that tuned in. Put your area codes, the countries you're tuning in from. This is interview 703 interviews I've done. And we are out here in New York with one and only
Qwalo 72.
From New York.
I'm gonna shout out. I gotta shout out Juan Dance. And, also Dirty Size Church, Brooklyn, was cracking. The Johns and all that, We out here, you know what I'm saying? We had DMC, Dollars Make Sense, Helen Related. You already know, Lot, we in the building. You know?
Any other shout outs you want to get?
That's it.
That's it.
I'm cool.
What about acting? You ever thought about
I'll talk about that maybe later. We talked about some movie things before. I had some offers. You already know.
Yeah.
And I'm with it, but I gotta see. Yeah.
All right. Well, I appreciate you coming on the show. Much love and respect. God bless. Have a great night. Peace, love, and respect.